welcome to an update on where we're up to. This is going to be recapping yesterday's video on objectives, who died, and doors. There's been no improvements to the doors, however there has been improvements to the other two systems. I'm just going to jump straight in, pick this guy and this guy. First thing you'll notice is we now have two objectives, both A and B. Second thing you'll notice is that A and B have little black circular shaders behind them. This is as I said previously, we discovered that yellow on yellow isn't brilliant, and obviously the dojo's floor is yellow, and when you were trying to see this before, it was nigh on impossible to see the letter or the progress. So we've put a little black background on there so you can see that now on that background. I'm just going to jump straight over here. We're going to have point A and point B. If you stood on point A, that will slowly tick over. If you stood on point B, nothing will happen because you need to unlock objective A to then start attacking objective B. So I'll just get this up a little bit, and while I do that, I'll get this guy over here, because this is something that was in the previous video, however I didn't include it in the narration talk over. Yes. If the defender is stood on a point as well as an attacker, then it won't move, but it also won't decay. Obviously, as with my previous video, this will slowly decay if it's not currently under attack. However, if the defender is stood on it, it won't go down any quicker. You can't uncapture a point. It will only decay over time. So if the attackers do clear out the defenders from the point and then stand on it, then it will start to go back up from wherever it's decayed down to. This doesn't just work for one-on-one. If the attackers outnumber the defenders, then that will still go up, as with other titles with watch in them. So something you may have seen there is the other update we've got here. So I'll just kill this guy so you can see. Killer, victim. Now appropriately displayed with the colour based on are they on your team or the enemy team. Green for your team, red for the enemy team. Obviously this guy is Lex, who is me, and that is on the friendly team. So the friendly team was green, so I was the killer, which was green, and the enemy was red, and he died. The person that died is always on the right, and the person that killed them is always on the left. So this guy is Ken, and he killed Lex. Obviously from this client's perspective, he is the friendly person. That's why it was green for this guy. You can't see it when you're dead, so I can't demonstrate that without firing up 2 more clients and changing it to allow 4 players instead of 2 per room, which I'm not going to do because it's pointless. Just take my word for it. Green, red, friendly, enemy, killer, victim, bounty, 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 bounty. So, where are we? This isn't the attacker. Here we go, it's the attacker. So once you capture point A, that'll slowly, then you'll unlock objective B. What I'll do is I'll just wait here for a second, or 3, or 9, until this is fully captured, and then we'll show you that this then ticks over to its maximum points. Tick. There's a little bug there where that just goes over by 1, but then that resets. So objective A is now locked. This is now at 100%, and it will stay at 100% because you've captured it. And that is denoted by the fact that it is now green and not yellow. You now have also unlocked objective B. B is now active, and that is the active capture point. So that'll slowly go around as you tick over it. You can't increase it by standing on A anymore, which was a bug, which I eradicated. So that's why I thought to mention it, even though that seems obvious. Because, yeah, just pleased with my fixes, all the stuff under the hood that nobody sees or cares about and thinks, why would you have that in there? I'm like, well, that's how it worked when I first programmed it. You should have seen it before. It was a mess. So that'll slowly tick over until that gets to the full capture of point B, which will do the same behaviour as A, in which case, once it's fully captured, that will go green as well. Ultimately, what this will do is this will then trigger the victory conditions, and it will then display... No, I will not trade with you. This will then display the victory screen based on who's won, who's lost. Obviously, if you're a defender and both the points are captured, it's fairly obvious that you didn't defend very well and you lost. However, if you're an attacker and you capture both points, then you'll be victorious, and this will be displayed appropriately. I haven't figured out the best way to do this right now. I was thinking if these were going to be sort of objective based in terms of like having some sort of narrative, then say like A is get some goods, so you capture point A and you get explosives, and then you capture point B and you plant the explosives. Obviously you're not actually capturing or planting any of them, it's just for the purposes of the narrative. So that when you are victorious, then it will pan over to point B, and a series of explosions will go off, and the words winner or loser, obviously not those words, victor, and yeah, probably still loser to be fair, will be displayed on the screen. And that's something I'm going to be working on within the next couple of weeks. I've got a bit of a hectic schedule coming up, so I probably won't be able to update much over the coming time, except for the very small stories. I'm just going to kill this guy one more time, just because I'm really pleased that I managed to get that colour system working, because that is something that didn't work in the previous video, and I wasn't very happy with it. So yeah, that's about the long and short of the update on that. The update appears, if I'm looking at this running time correctly, to be longer than the original video, so sorry about that. If you've got any comments, leave them below. Obviously like and subscribe if you like it. This is more for me than it is for anyone else, so that's why I laugh at my own jokes. At least that's what I'd have you believe. I actually think I'm hilarious. Anyway, I'm going to go, and so until next time, I'll see you around.